Welcome to Stoic. Walk alone, rise alone, win alone. This is not just a phrase, it is a way of living, a philosophy that shapes the strongest souls. In life, there will come moments when the crowd disappears, when the noise fades, and when the only voice left is your own. That is the moment you discover who you truly are. To walk alone is to understand that not everyone can walk with you. The path of growth is narrow, and only a few have the courage to follow it. People will doubt you. Some will laugh at you. Many will even leave you behind. But the Stoic knows, solitude is not weakness. It is the fire where strength is forged. To rise alone means you take responsibility for your life. You stop waiting for someone to save you, to push you, to believe in you. You learn that no one owes you anything. Your discipline, your decisions, your actions. These are the only allies you truly need. A Stoic does not complain about the weight of the world. He carries it, and in carrying it, he grows stronger. And to win alone, this is the ultimate victory. Because the win is not about defeating others, but about defeating the weaker version of yourself. Every day, you rise from failure, from doubt, from pain. Every day, you conquer the chaos within. That is the real victory. Think about Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who carried the weight of an empire but still found peace within himself. Think about Epictetus, born a slave, yet freer than most men because he mastered his mind. They walked alone, they rose alone, they won alone, and their wisdom still guides us centuries later. The truth is, if you depend on the world for strength, you will fall when the world turns away. But if you build yourself in silence, if you train your mind to endure, if you learn to stand tall without applause, then no storm, no loss, no betrayal can break you. Walking alone doesn't mean you reject people. It means you stop depending on them for your sense of worth. Rising alone doesn't mean you never ask for help. It means you never wait for help to begin. Winning alone doesn't mean you isolate yourself. It means you understand that the deepest battles are always fought within. So when you feel lonely, remember this. Solitude is the training ground of greatness. When you feel the world has turned its back, see it as a gift, a chance to discover your own strength. When no one believes in you, let that be the spark that makes you unstoppable. But let us go deeper. Walking alone is not just about being physically by yourself. It is about the courage to think differently. Most people live by the opinions of others. They do what the crowd does. They believe what the crowd believes, and they fear what the crowd fears. But a Stoic learns that truth is rarely found in the noise of the majority. Truth lives in silence. When you walk alone, you free yourself from the chains of approval. You stop chasing validation. You stop trying to fit in. Instead, you begin to ask yourself, what is right? What is honorable? What will make me stronger? And that is how a Stoic becomes unshakable, not by following the world, but by leading himself. Rising alone is harder because the world often works against you. You will face setbacks. People will betray you. Life will knock you down again and again. But the Stoic does not rise only when it is easy. He rises when it is hardest. He rises when everything inside him screams to give up. That is why his rise has meaning. Epictetus once said, "Difficulties show what men are. When the storm comes, you will see who is fragile and who is unbreakable. And when you choose to rise alone, you discover the unbreakable part within yourself. Winning alone is the last stage. And it is about the quiet confidence of knowing you did not quit, knowing you did not betray your values, knowing you overcame yourself. The win is not for the world. The win is for your soul. Think about the wolf. A wolf does not need the approval of the sheep. It does not seek comfort in the herd. It walks alone in the wilderness, hungry, scarred, but powerful. And because it dares to walk alone, it becomes strong enough to lead the pack when the time comes. You too must learn to be the wolf. Walk through your struggles, rise through your scars, win through your silence. Yes, solitude can be heavy. Yes, discipline can feel cruel. But nothing builds strength faster than facing yourself, with no excuses, no escape, no one to blame. The Stoic knows that if he cannot master himself in solitude, he will never master life in the crowd. Let us take this even further. The path of walking alone teaches you. This is the foundation of Stoicism. People will hurt you, situations will disappoint you, life will bring storms you never expected. If you depend on the world for peace, you will always be broken. But if you depend on your own mind, your own strength, your own discipline, you will never be shaken. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Think about that. The Emperor of Rome, surrounded by wars, betrayal, and endless pressure, still understood that the true empire he had to rule was within himself. That is the heart of walking alone. When you rise alone, you stop being a victim of circumstances. The world is full of excuses. People say, "I can't because my past was hard," or "I can't because no one supports me." But a Stoic does not live in excuses. He accepts what he cannot control and uses what he has. No matter how small, no matter how difficult, to rise alone is to say, "I will build myself no matter how broken I am." And then comes the win. Winning alone does not mean you never fall. It means every time you fall, you rise stronger. It means you measure success not by money, not by fame, not by applause, but by self-mastery. Ask yourself, did I control my anger today? Did I face fear instead of running away? Did I live according to my values, even when no one was watching? If the answer is yes, then you have already won. Life will test you. You will face loneliness that feels unbearable. You will face silence that feels heavy. But the Stoic learns to love solitude. Why? Because solitude gives clarity. In silence, you hear the voice of reason. In solitude, you discover who you are without the masks of society. Solitude is not emptiness. It is the birthplace of strength. Think of the mountain. A mountain, that is what it means to walk alone. To be the mountain in the storm. To rise above the chaos and to win against the weakness within. So, do not fear walking alone. Do not fear the silence. Do not fear being misunderstood or doubted. Every great soul in history walked this same path. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca. They all faced loneliness, hardship, and struggle. But they endured, and because they endured, their wisdom still lives today. And now, it is your turn. Walk alone with courage. Rise alone with determination. Win alone with honor. Because at the end of the day, greatness is not found in the crowd. Greatness is found in the one who dares to stand alone. If this message spoke to your heart, if these words gave you strength, then don't let it end here. Join us on this journey of wisdom and inner strength. Subscribe to Stoic, so you never miss a reminder to rise above, to walk with courage, and to win the battles within. Your support helps us bring more timeless lessons